Hi, it's Joey. Today we're watching Star Wars Rebels Season 3, Episode 15, Trials of the Darksaber, and I am so excited for this to learn more about the Darksaber, and also I imagine it'll be quite a Sabine-filled episode and Mandalore-filled episode. I'm so excited. As anyone who's followed my channel knows, I came into my love for the Star Wars universe through The Mandalorian. It was what really connected me into the universe and made me care about it. Rewatching the movies, I enjoyed them even more the second time through. But obviously, having watched it that way around, the significance of the Darksaber and Mandalorian culture and everything, I have a very skewed view of, and so I'm really enjoying through the Clone Wars and now through Rebels getting more of an understanding of how things were, and in this episode, hopefully, the Darksaber. I'm so ready. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon 2 weeks in advance, the edited version 1 week in advance, and let's go. Look at him being a good little helpful droid.
Not just any lightsaber. I didn't know Mandalorians developed a type of lightsaber.
We didn't. This was one of a
Mandalorian Jedi.
Over 1,000. Sabine can wield this saber. She can reunite one of the most powerful houses in all of Mandalore.
You're talking about raising an army.
Does she want
Sabine leading it.
I mean, she would be an excellent leader. Clearly that doesn't happen, or at least doesn't succeed, given the state of Mandalore in the future, but... Oh, that's her family. She doesn't want to leave them to be Mandalorian again. Oh, she's torn.
Yeah, but Kanan, that doesn't mean she can fight with it. No offense.
Go on.
Ezra, this is the perfect way to go to her to do
It's
it.
taken me a while to learn.
But I'm not that popular with my family these days.
That can change.
No, it can't. You don't know what you're talking about.
I know
She's
that
so
family is
young.
important to the Wrens.
I have a family here on this ship. I don't need them.
But we do.
Sweetheart.
If there's a chance that you can rally an army of Mandalorian warriors...
If she doesn't feel up to it, give her time to think it over and don't force her.
Just give me the saber.
For her family.
Okay.
It's a serious responsibility that I'm not entirely sure she wants.
And it's safer for everyone else. You'll do less damage.
I'll damage you if you don't shut up.
Ezra's enjoying this too much.
That might work on a stormtrooper, but not me.
You know, they should have been training her like this regardless, so that, I mean, maybe not quite this brutally, but all of them should train like this,
And that's your
so that they're
head.
better than their enemies.
Now we go 1, 2...
These babies.
Blocked. Her mind is conflicted. She's so expressive and yet so tightly wound. She's so...
Mandalorian.
very.
I'll be sending out...
Opinion noted.
Talk to her. Is he going to help with the training as well? Because it's a Mandalorian lightsaber, it's not just a
Roger
lightsaber.
supplies. You overcommitted.
Oh, good. Anyone else have an opinion they want to share?
Sweetheart.
Let's take a break.
Designed to combat the abilities of the Jedi. Go take Bridget down a peg.
Poor Ezra. These kids. Yeah. They both could do with more training like this.
Hey, not fair. Where did...
No game, just outsmarting my opponent. Care to take a shot?
Still got a lot to learn. You can't rely on fancy
History
tricks.
lesson. The Jedi won the war with me. Keep you alive in the long run. Only training and discipline will do that.
He's trying to help.
Ezra must be really gifted to learn as well as he has from a lousy teacher like you.
Oh. This is going great. Talk to her more. What's that Bendu?
Your family?
I'm a disgrace to them, Ezra. A traitor.
But that's not true.
To them, it is.
They're wrong.
No. How can I go back there and face them?
I'm sorry, Sabine.
There's no rush.
At least you have parents to go back to.
Oof. It doesn't mean something if they weren't good parents.
Ezra.
Bender's like, excuse me, I'm not a kicking stool.
You still won't let her train with the Darksaber.
Look, Sabine is
She's a
capable
skilled
warrior, in some
fighter.
ways more so.
Give her the sword. Let her own it and who she is. Help Sabine.
She has to figure out if it's what she truly
I
wants.
don't know.
Maybe I should practice more first.
Take it. It's yours.
Well, he's hesitant now. Anyone hesitant to take out great power? I mean, she was always a bit hesitant, but...
Blades will be drawn to each other. Block high. There's
This is
pull.
how you learn.
Can you feel it? Good. Let's work on a series.
She's getting
Are you
there.
ready?
Yes.
He's taken her seriously and she's taken it seriously as well. I feel like she did a lot of thinking when she was out there alone.
Take ready position. 6. You're making it easy on me.
She needs to deal with her emotions. You're doing this, sweetheart.
You're connecting with it. It's becoming a part of you.
I'm very stressed though because she clearly loses it. Or gives it to
Cannot
Bo-Katan, I
rely
suppose.
solely on the blade.
There we go.
You're not committed to this. You should quit.
I don't quit. I never quit.
He's getting her to break through that wall of emotion and fear and
You
memory.
did run, didn't you?
No.
It's the truth.
Sweetheart.
Is it? I left to save everyone. I built weapons. Terrible weapons. But the Empire
She needed
used
to
them
get
on
this
Mandalore.
out.
On friends. Fear of weapons I helped create. I helped
You're a
create
child.
evil.
You are a child, my
I wanted to
love.
stop it. But when I did, my family didn't stand with me.
They
took the
betrayed
Empire.
you, sweetheart.
They left me.
They were afraid.
Gave me no choice.
You-
The
She
Empire rules with fear. and
needed
not
to
everyone
get
can
this
be as strong
out.
as you've been. Your family is in a prison.
We will stand by you.
I would follow you.
I would follow you.
So would I. And I mean it.
You've come a long way in a very short time. Where you go from here is up to you. But no,
Exactly.
this
This
family
pain she's been
will stand
hiding
by you No
from.
matter what you choose.
Exactly. Okay, that was a really, really lovely end to that episode. The whole idea of the Darksaber and the history of Mandalore, I can't get enough of it. So this was fascinating and amazing. And to finally kind of hear from Sabine in her own words how it happened, what happened, why she ended up, you know, exiled from her family, cut off, viewed as a traitor to Mandalore and everything that goes with it. And to hear it in her own words, you know, she stayed true to what she was taught was what it meant to be a Mandalorian and to be a Wren, part of House Vizsla, right? You know, she stayed true to who her family had told her to be, and they did not back her, they did not stand with her. And she did it to do the right thing by her people. It wasn't even just a case of like, oh, Mandalorians are hurting people, therefore I speak out. It was Mandalorians are being hurt and I want to protect them as well as others. And it breaks your heart to think that her family could not stand by her, but I imagine they themselves were afraid. And sure, part of that fear might have been they'd lose their own prestige and power and money or whatever. So it's going to be interesting, I assume, with this plotline that we're going to go with her. We're going to revisit Mandalore and her family, and I'm so excited for that. But also just to see how they deal with her, because they had better have been secretly miserable this whole time because they cast out their daughter. To see Sabine struggle was painful, but it's, you know, the conversations that Hera had with Kanan really remind you that this pain has always been inside her. This has always been something she has been running from because dealing with it was too painful. And finally, she let it out. She told someone. She said the words. She admitted that she felt that they had wronged her. They betrayed her by not standing by her, and everyone thinks she betrayed them, and of course she didn't. And I think she needed to let that out to acknowledge the pain in order to begin to move forward from it. And that moving forward, I want to say that will help her reunite her people and save them, but I'm pretty sure that as no fault of Sabine's, Mandalore has not got a bright future, at least not for a while. But it will help her hopefully make peace with her family and give Mandalore a hope, a new hope. So at the very least, the surviving Mandalorians can try and build something. I don't know. I am mildly concerned that Sabine may die at some point, because obviously the Darksaber is no longer in her possession. I know obviously somebody gave it to Bo-Katan, and I cannot for the life of me remember who they said did that. They may well have named Sabine, and at the time it didn't mean anything to me, and I'm not going to rewatch that scene because I don't want spoilers. So don't tell me, oh, in The Mandalorian they said X. Like, I will find out. Whether it happens on screen or off screen, I don't know. But we know that Bo-Katan was given the saber, she didn't fight for it. And I suppose you could argue that Sabine was given it. I suppose she took it. No one gave it to her, she found it. They defeated the Night Sisters and she took it, I guess. I don't know. But regardless, we know it's not going to be an easy road going forwards. For Sabine knowing Mandalore falls, but I think for her own personal growth and healing, whatever happens, the fact that she's addressing this pain, this root cause that has something that sent her life down a path she never imagined her life would go down, and changed her as a person and the way she saw the world, even though she stayed true to who she truly was the whole time. I think this would have been a very, very important episode for her, not only in her understanding of the Darksaber, but also in her acceptance of who she is, and that she is still that same wonderful Mandalorian that she was before, even though her people turned their back on her. So this was a beautiful episode for Sabine. I'm stressed about where it's going to go next. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon 2 weeks in advance, the edited version 1 week in advance, and thank you so much for watching.